Should we? Oh, no. Another opportunity for complete humiliation later. I look at these around midnight and then don't sleep for a while. So if you, we have a little deficit on the club side, and that has to do with garnering money from members. So if you are here, we know you paid. If you're in the Zoom audience and haven't paid up or have been on Zoom recently, that would be awesome to do that. That'll help us out. You can go right to the club website where it says member payment. You can see in the bottom right of the screen. Just pop in there, put in the money, put in as much as you like, as a matter of fact. Don't feel shy. So it's been a big week for me. Didn't I promise you that I was going to send out these links and the calendar? And how many people got it? Put your hand up. No way, I didn't do it. This week, I will do it. Sorry about that.
Apologize to Ukraine.
So, Gus.
I figured buy a breakfast for me, but no such luck, huh?
Yeah, we do it.
Anyway,
We discounted it to $20.
We'll buy you a treat Friday night.
Thank you. Hey, that's great.
Hey.
Pick them up and grab them home too.
Where are we gonna go?
We're going to Cricket Go.
Yeah.
Friday.
Great.
Got a slide coming up about it in a while, but Crooked Goat, you were gonna say.
That's good. But anyway, what I'm gonna do for my birthday, I'm gonna plan on doing the things I didn't get done last year. That
Oh.
seems to be every year the same thing. I got the family visiting, a daughter and 2 grandkids, so
Sweet.
there'll be a little picnic, I guess, or have something together for them, you know.
Well, it's coming up on the 30th. What is your earliest childhood memory?
Now, that's too personal. Oh, well,
Oh, well, so you were breastfed. That's nice.
I wasn't born, I was made. So, anyway,
Yeah.
we'll have fun, the weather's gonna be good,
Well,
and, yeah.
so a totally happy birthday to you on the 30th.
Thank you very much.
There you go.
Happy birthday to you. To you. Happy birthday, dear Gus. Happy birthday.
And we have membership anniversary. Lori Darling, please stand.
I don't need a mic.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I was thinking it was 10 years, so I guess it's 14 years. That's hard to believe. I remember my first day, I met Sue Ungewitter she had the Chamber of Commerce thing was at the Curves, and that's where I met her, and she said, oh, you should come and check this out. And the rest is history. And I'm here, and I love being part of the Rotary. What I like most is that the little that I can do goes all over the world. And that's amazing, feeling part of something greater than me. So, and I love my year as president. And even though COVID hit, it was good and had fun. And I hope everybody else had fun.
Very nice.
The ruler.
The ruler. Oh man, so many memories. It was, I'll forget the one about the ruler though. But anyway, yeah, you know, my first meeting, it was actually April 6th, 16 years ago. And there was a presentation from about Rotoplast. And they said they had a photographer there and they showed pictures. And I thought, you know, I could do that. And the following year, I made my first Rotoplast trip to Guatemala. David Mark Raymond was there, Barbara Barney was there with me. And on the opening day, I got so excited, I forgot to drink any water. I forgot I was working so hard. And my back went out on the bus on the way back. And then David had to help carry me up to the room in the hotel and bring me dinner on the floor. I ate like a dog because I couldn't stand up. It was terrible. Anyway, I've had some great experiences. I've gone to 16 international Rotary related places around the world. Guatemala, Mexico twice, Venezuela, Brazil, twice to Colombia, twice to India, 3 times to India, Bangladesh, Peru, Uganda, Tanzania, and 2 times to Ecuador. And able to be the lead international host on 2 Rotary grants, global grants. And, but you know, the best part of it is being here with all of you. And for sure, my year as president was so much fun. I was freaked out the month before. I was like, what can I do to not have to do this? Especially after Linda, we had Rotary Club of the Year when Linda, right before me, and how was I gonna match that? And I was freaked out, but it turned out to be so good because of all of you, and we had a blast. Every week I made Joe look like a different person, and Jim was a man in the moon. You know, I had all kinds of fun with Photoshop. Anyway, I'll stop.
That's wonderful. And thanks for the memory and all the things you do. Very grateful to both of you. So, who am I featuring? John Direct. Where you're mad. Just push this one.
Well, all right. Thank you very much. I feel very welcome here. After hearing Jerry's exploits at Rotary, I feel very humble. Who am I? I am a member of this family. I went to UC Santa Barbara, and I was determined to be a sports broadcaster. The only thing left of my broadcasting or sports is the occasional auctioneering in the lower right, and of course the Almalino football games for the last 24 years, the West County football games. So locally, that's what I keep up. But mostly I've moved on to other things. I was a print journalist for just not very long, maybe 2 years, working as a freelance writer and for the Warsaw Business Journal. This was a great experience for me. Back in the day, my beat was politics in the second ever Democratic Polish election, for which I was able to interview all of the candidates, including the man who became the president of Poland, Aleksander Kwaśniewski. And he was a real operator. He was the number 5 guy under communism, and he was the number 1 guy under capitalism. And so that taught me a lot about how principles really mean nothing when it comes to politics. When you're an operator, you're an operator. But where I really found my passion was in teaching. This is me on a couple of different Halloweens. You do all kinds of things as a teacher. That's you know, being a teacher is a very diverse job, and it's far more than just being in a classroom. I'm always looking for ways to connect and projects to do outside of school. So I've been able to travel with students all over the world on several trips. I don't know that they match Jerry's list, but I've taken students to I guess 27 countries, some of which did not have the infrastructure. And after each trip, I wonder, what in the hell was I thinking? But somehow I do it again. I have some, wonderful memories, many wonderful memories, but also some shameful ones where you just wonder, how could I have brought that student? There were you're ready to travel. But yeah, there's always a lesson in Halloween. I'm always looking for some kind of respectful thing. I'm a Simone Bolivar on the right and hilarious Puritan on the left, I guess. I do all kinds of things with students, like here I am making them borscht. They had never heard of borscht. This is ridiculous. You have to have borscht. I love borscht. Borscht brings me back to Poland in my Polish days. I lived in Poland for 3 years, so it's kind of a big part of my life. And I'm taking next year. I'm calling it a sabbatical. I'm going to try to write a book, and I'm going to try to go back to Poland and help with the Ukrainian situation if it's still going on in the summer, which I hope it's not, of course. But here I am at my house with students making borscht, pretending I can cook. Here was one of the more traumatic experiences of my teaching career, and that was online teaching last year and the year before. You can see that I'm in my what do you call it? PJs on the bottom and my very professional garb on the top. My wife thought that looked very funny, so she took a picture. But it really was traumatizing because I could not connect with my students. I could not know who they really were. Now that I see them on campus in person, I literally don't know who they were. They were little stamps on the screen, and it was a really bad experience. And that was the last year of El Molino High School, which was another sort of traumatic experience. When they closed that school, I thought incredibly unfairly and very, very clumsily done. So that's why. It's not all serious. I'm kind of if you can be a serious baseball player at age 53, I am. I travel the country and play in tournaments. I'm a center fielder, and this makes me very, very happy in a very light way. These are my baseball friends. We represent Sonoma County, and we do well. We haven't won a national championship while I've been on the team, but we finished second in the nation twice. So yeah, so that's fun. My travel around the world isn't just with students. Sometimes I go by myself. Sometimes I go with my kids. This is my son Xavier, of whom I'm very proud. He graduated from El Molino last year, and he's been living in Ecuador for the last 9 to 10 months as a kind of gap year, because the junior college where he was going to go is on distance learning, and he did not do well in distance learning. So he's been my travel buddy. Picture on the left is the day we left for Tanzania, where we did a project for Tanzanian students. We built bathrooms, we built a water supply, and we brought in 20 computers to start an internet cafe in Morogoro, Tanzania. So he was my sidekick on that. There he is graduating last year at El Molino. And I just got back day before yesterday from a student trip to Ecuador, where we built a bus stop, a shaded bus stop. Here's my group, wonderful students. It's an incredible trip. Here we are building the bus stop. You can see that it's right on the bay, and the gentleman there in the light blue shirt is Lucas Ocean. I don't know if anybody's heard of him, but he ran Global Student Embassy, a nonprofit based here in Sebastopol for many years. He's now changed that company to something called Regeneration Field Institute, which we went down and worked with him on. It was a bamboo bus stop. We learned all about bamboo construction, and that's something that I'm now interested in as a sustainable architectural technique. Here we are the day Xavier left for Ecuador, and it was really nice to see him last week. I think that's about all I have to say for now. It's very hard to condense your life down to 3 minutes, but I don't know. There it is. So thank you all very much. The next one.
Thank you. That's wonderful. You're so welcome here, John. And a magic moment. I knew you would do that. Melts my heart.
Lucille. Lucy. I think with the last name good enough, they went for something basic for the first name. She's a month old. lots of chestnut hair. They live in Walnut Creek, Graham and his wife Samantha. They're number 2. They have another daughter who just turned 4. So I love holding babies, can you tell?
Yeah, it sure can. That's wonderful. Congratulations, Jim. And then we all have a grandchild.
Oh.
Paula Fortes, our first exchange student, had her baby. Eloisa Inez Saavedra Fortes. Is that a name to live up to? Wow, and look at her. That's her at 3 days old. She opens up her eyes and says, "Hi, guys." So, and not to be left out, Ollie wants everybody to know it's his first birthday. So Marty, what did Ollie do to celebrate?
Ollie had some treats.
Ollie had some treats, and then on Monday and Tuesday, he was down at Fit and Furry getting some training in Petaluma, and he's back. I will make a public service announcement for all of you, and that's that I received my 4th COVID shot yesterday. And you can get it if you're over 50 years old. As soon as I heard they announced it, I went over to Safeway and they gave me the shot, so you can get your 4th one. And it's already recorded on my record from the state. I just checked it. So they do record it right away. So if you are eligible. Ollie did not need any shots, though, for his first birthday, but we're gonna take him on a little walk after.
Nice. Happy birthday, Ollie. And the group went out on hikes, right? Where'd you guys go?
Good mountain.
Hood Mountain. Lovely. Every Monday, parking lot, 7:30, is it still? Oh my God. You can go hiking. So anybody who wants to volunteer a little bit of attitude and gratitude? Let's keep moving, because I'm gonna send this calendar out, but highlights, you've got to know that 2 things about the First Friday, which is it's moved to Crooked Goat, and it's happening.
And the e-bike was sent out yesterday.
Yeah, Evite was sent out yesterday. So I'll send this out for you. It probably gives you the references so that you can see where you're supposed to go. Hold on, Linda.
Hot off the press, we're going to explore the world of TikTok at my house tomorrow night, 5:30, and I'll send out directions. All inspired people welcome with their ideas. And if you can't make it, send me an email with your ideas. But I'll get the word out today for tomorrow night, 5:30.
Thank you. And Diana Curtis, you were going to make mention something about the district conference? Sorry, district assembly.
District Assembly. I was wondering how many people here are going? 1, good. There's me, 2. I'm going to drive up in the morning on Saturday morning. I'll be over here at Safeway if you want to ride with me. So I'll be there at probably about 6:15 in the morning. So if you want to take a ride with me, I'd love to have you. Let me know if you've already paid. If you haven't, I'll have the club make it for us so I can hand it in. Thanks.
And if you have paid, you can be reimbursed, because we want members to go to this, learn all about Rotary event. Lots of other stuff going on, but we probably better mention finishing the landscaping at the post office on the 3rd. Is that a Sunday? Yes. Got a mic right there.
So Sunday morning, we've got a little bit of finishing up of the landscaping on the post office. Everything's been pruned, it's been mostly weeded. There's a little bit of weeding left to do. but mainly we're gonna unload a bunch of arbor mulch and distribute it about the front and the side of the post office. And if we get a bunch of people there, it won't take very long at all. And if there's only a couple of us there, it's gonna take a lot longer. So please show up, get your friends to show up. We'll hopefully have some Interact students there. They did a great job on the first stage of this, and we've got lots of fun hands-on volunteer opportunities coming up, but that's the first one coming up this Sunday morning, post office, 9 a.m.
Get the grab and grow arbor mulch on Saturday before noon, is it?
Already in the trailer at Bill's.
Yay, that is good. Okay, I promise I will send this calendar out so you can review it. And this is about the district conference and all the cool stuff you're gonna see. And April 23rd, 24th, don't forget to keep that marked out. And you don't have to be a superhero to help. It's a neat little Rotary slide, but Brian Purcell is looking for people who are willing to help out for the Chamber of Commerce at the event, guiding people during the parade and being marshals and stuff like that. You get a cool little uniform vest. I'm sure everybody looks good in a uniform. So get in touch with Brian if you would like to sign up and volunteer. Any announcements for the good of the order? Next week's presenter will be Michael Gelati about the Sebastopol Peace Wall. Oh, thanks a lot, Marty.
You listen to Marty?
I can't, he's like an earworm. There's always a comment in the back of the room.
I would like to have us put on the light poles like Roner Park, Windsor, and other, those young men and women who served in the armed forces of the United States protecting them.
Go for it. Yeah. Happened, Marty. So when I was teaching kindergarten, I always had a guy like Marty up at the front of the room, real close to me.
In world history, I had to keep an eye on.
I'll bet you did. You know, super athlete, super glib, handsome. Yeah.
That's gonna get handy.
Yeah. We gotta see how that works. Maybe we could try it out in here one day, and then that'll be your tryout, and then you go big time. So, this week's presenter.
Okay. Welcome, Deb St. Cyr. She is with the Redwood Trails Alliance, Redwood Empire Mountain Bike Alliance, I should say.
I didn't do that, don't blame me.
A little further away from that speaker. She got involved in trail building and mountain bike advocacy through a crazy story in 2015 involving a bike accident, a devastating wildfire, a scholarship to a trails conference, and motivating kids on mountain bikes. And through this crazy series of events, she found herself at the table of the Redwood Empire Mountain Bike Alliance board meeting to request help building her lost trail network, but ended up falling in love with the community that fueled her outdoor passion, so she never left. She soon found herself in the role of board chair, and then through teamwork and supported board, first executive director of the group. And after 15 years of providing bookkeeping and consulting work to nonprofit and for-profit clients, she shifted careers and now proudly serves as the executive director for the Redwood Trails Alliance.
Good morning. Can everyone hear me okay? All right.
Yes.
Well, first, I want to say thank you for having me here and sharing your morning with me and allowing me to talk about one of my favorite subjects, trails and the Redwood Trails Alliance and the work that we're doing. Our motto, as you can see here, is more trails and better trails where it makes sense. And with that, we'll go. We're the Redwood Trails Alliance. We're a fairly new organization through a merger that we did throughout COVID. It was a time where we could step back and kind of assess what was happening when the world shut down. Through the Redwood Empire Mountain Bike Alliance and Sonoma County Trails Council, Ken Wells, if you're familiar with Sonoma County Trails Council, Ken Wells was the executive director. He also served on the board for the Redwood Empire Mountain Bike Alliance, where I was executive director. During COVID, not sure if this thing is going to work. During COVID, like I said, we had a chance to kind of take a step back where we could sit back, we could assess both of our organizations. And what we realized, we were overlapping in our missions. We were overlapping in the work that we were doing in Sonoma County. And we were at equal levels for, our budgets and everything else. So we decided to merge. We decided to merge so that we could build capacity with our trail team and that we could have more of an impact across Sonoma County and beyond. Through that, through that, what we did was we took our mission from Sonoma County Trails Council and Redwood Empire Mountain Bike Alliance and developed a new mission statement where we switched from a single user group organization and we merged and rebranded into an all user organization. Our mission is one, we advocate for the diverse community of trail users. We are inclusive with all trail users. We decided to bring everybody to the table to join our board of directors to talk about what the different user group needs are when we're building trails and maintaining trails. We also teach responsible trail stewardship and we offer volunteer trail work opportunities. And we do this throughout Sonoma, Napa, and Lake County. We have kids, we have anybody within the community who wants to learn the whys and the hows of trail building. We pull them together and we work in our local community parks. We also provide planning and construction services to create trails that offer enduring public and environmental benefit. This is one of the fun aspects of what we do. So not only do we get the opportunity to work with volunteers and maintain parks and trails, we also get to step into the planning process through our advocacy work. And we have a pro trail team that comes in and builds new trails. A lot of those you'll see in Sonoma County, and I'll show you some of the work that we've been doing. As you can see, we promote trails are for everyone to enjoy. Everyone can get outside. We advocate for all users, including cows. These cows here on this trail in Taylor Mountain were the first ones that got to use this trail. The environmental benefit that we do when we're putting in a new trail system, this here is it's a sky view of Sky Lupin in Taylor Mountain. This is a new trail that went in. And as you can see, this is a heavily used eroded road that everybody used to go straight up the mountain. The erosion was getting severe, as you can see. So building a trail that would allow users to traverse up to the top of the mountain and have an awesome view. They can still experience that view. But having this allows the earth to have an opportunity to heal. And so that erosion, we're already seeing the significant impact. Another example of this is customers. You take a look at stocks like, for example, you'll recognize when we talk to our customers, we get pushback that there's inventory growth, for example, and then there's also risk of possible macroeconomic slowdown with interest rates rising. We're seeing that concern surface in the now. And I just feel that, for example, Qualcomm hitting at 12 times is a much better place to be at, despite all the good that is happening at a place like Micron. On everything, it's a completely different thing. I don't think they know that they're. Extremely high margins, extremely. Okay.
So I did have a place of community category. And also companies such as Qualcomm and Broadcom have an extremely interesting software in those relationships.
Somebody on a remote site here is
Chips
not.
over a bunch of different software that they can run on. And that gives these companies pricing power.
What about Micron as the beneficiary of the CHIPS Act and has been pushing for that alongside Intel? Cindy wrote and made the case again earlier this morning on CNBC. Is that baked into your packet and great?
Some of that money, and they should, they have a lot of that. The CHIP Act is about promoting investment in the U.S., one, promoting technological excellence in the chip manufacturing space. And Micron has a whole bunch of that. In fact, it's going to spend something like.
Is it Jim or Henry?
So a lot of that is baked in. Unfortunately, this is not a part of ongoing business.
It's Henry. He needs to get muted. Somebody needs to mute him.
This is something that's going to happen every year.
Mute yourself, Henry.
To do a benefit to the Micron stock price.
Henry, mute yourself. There.
He's multitasking.
Thank you, Barbara.
Okay, so back at it, Helen Putnam Regional Park. If you've been out there, you may have experienced the steps that went in. And as you can see in the before picture, same thing that was happening in Taylor Mountain happens all over. And it's just kind of habit that people find one way, the quickest way up to the top of the hill. So you can see that there was heavy use and severe erosion. Let me switch to that. Okay.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah, it's a good concept. So as you can see again, the before severe erosion. Here's after where users are out using the stairs and the steps, and they're no longer heading straight up the hill. And through putting up fencing and everything else, again, we allow the opportunity for this hill to heal. And as you can see, the impact. This is about a year after. And so it's a significant impact. So with Redwood Trails Alliance, we work in Napa County, Lake County, and Sonoma County. We work with 16 different land management agencies and organizations and across all the properties that are there. And again, we do trail maintenance, we do new trail construction, we do volunteer work, and we also advocate for more trails and better trails where it makes sense. Our purpose is to increase the quality and quantity of trails in order to enhance the experience of all trail users. Again, what we do when we are in the planning stages, we bring in all users, and if it's a public input, then we get all user input, and we take that input and work with, say, if we're working with regional parks here in Sonoma County, or if we're working with CAL FIRE in Lake County, or any of the other agencies, we take that input and we add that into the planning stages, and when we're looking at putting in a trail system. Our vision, the Redwood Trails Alliance is known as a leader in the creation and stewardship of trails and community. And the community that we provide is we, again, bring unity among all user groups, and we bring people together. If you come out to one of our volunteer trail work days, we go out, we have a project, we get it done, we sit down, we have lunch, we have a beer, wine if you prefer wine, and we sit down and chat, and you get that sense of community and sense of accomplishment. We also tell a lot of jokes too. So again, we build unity among all outdoor enthusiasts. We do that through conservation. So we work with conservation groups. We're not all about recreation. We do want to make certain that we're being responsible with trail construction, and that we are putting in trails where it makes sense and not just throwing trails wherever we just decide to. We do education. So we have education on the whys and hows of trail work. We have, you can come out again. We talk about how advocacy and the planning process works. When there's a new trail system that's going to go in, it starts with a conversation. It starts with on-site, and then there's public input, and sometimes that can take anywhere from 5 to 10 years. And then we also build unity by increasing access to trails for everyone, especially those that don't have access or don't know about trails that are close to them and beyond. Here's some of the recent work that we've been doing in Sonoma County. We've been working in Hood Mountain Regional Park. This year's we're reconstructing Summit Trail. It's a hike-only trail. When this is done, this portion of Hood Mountain will be open after the fire. This was a property that burned twice, as I'm sure you guys are aware. So we've been out there doing a lot of work. We've done some cleanup. We, unfortunately, across 3 counties have become experts in post-wildfire cleanup and what it looks like to work with land managers and agencies to open up properties that have been impacted by fires. And we've had significant impact by wildfires across all 3 counties. Recently, we've been in Sonoma Valley Regional Park. There's a lot of work and advocacy that's going on in that area. So stay tuned for some of the work that's happening there and the expansion of outdoor recreation in that area. We've also been in Taylor Mountain Regional Park. If you've been out there, sky looping, we've been working on that. We have an all volunteer build in a closed portion of Taylor Mountain, which will be opening up soon. So we're working in the Cooper Ridge area, Foothill Regional Park, and of course, Helen Putnam Regional Park. Some of our other advocacy work, it's not all just about building trails. We do work with some land management agencies like State Parks. State Parks has been a great partner. We've been working and advocating with our state parks, our Bay Area district leadership to develop a partnership to where we can utilize our nonprofit capacity to help them with their reduced capacity and help to work on trails in the park. And one of the things that we're working on, again, erosion is such a significant problem. And this year's Lawndale Trail in Trione-Annandale State Park, they have a backlog of work in this park and across state parks. So what we did is we devised a multi-tiered partnership where Trails Alliance, State Parks, and Friends of Trione-Annandale created unity and a partnership between the 3 of us where Friends of Trione would raise money. We would come in with volunteer labor and our pro trail crew to help state parks in Trione-Annandale. We hope this model, once we start implementing our project work, we hope to implement it across state parks, across California, and across our other counties. How we do what we do. We would not be able to do any of the work that we do without our partners. We have land management partners, other nonprofit organizations, user groups. We wouldn't be able to do it if we did not have these partnerships. So working together is how we're able to make trails better. The other way that we're able to do what we do is our volunteers. Volunteers are the heart of the trail community. Without them, there is a lot of work that wouldn't get done, especially when you have properties like Hood Mountain or Boggs Mountain Demonstration State Forest, or all those properties that were impacted by wildfire. So it's not just maintenance of our healthy trails or well-loved and well-used trails. It's also about getting those properties open and again, helping with that cleanup post-wildfire. We also have a youth program. This is one of my favorite programs that we developed. We take our typical volunteer day, but what we do is we break it down so that when we bring kids out to trail work, rather than just saying, okay, we want to get this drainage fixed, or we want to fix this trail, or we want to get this trail built, we find a project that's a problem. We develop a solution. We bring the kids in and we use 4 modes of learning. So we talk about the project, we show what we're going to do with the project, we provide them the ability to take notes if that helps them. And then kinesthetic, we do hands-on, we cover all bases. And throughout the entire day, what we do is we ask questions to re-go over what we're doing. And the kids will earn raffle tickets, and so they'll get prizes at the end of the day. So what I'll do, or one of our employees will run around and will say, what is that tool that you're holding? Or what is this, who is Chris Cahill, who's out here? We talk about the land managers, those partners, the advocacy, so they get the full scope of what they're doing. They see their impact, and then we do the work. And then we talk about what that means. And what we're doing is we're trying to create a culture of ownership, collaboration, and community on their local trail systems. We really promote ownership over entitlement. And kids, they're our future advocates. They're our future trail stewards. They're the ones who are going to be taking care of the trails. So if they learn now what it takes to maintain and build trails, they'll get that and they'll carry that the rest of their lives. Here's one of the projects that we did. This is really, speaking of wildfires. We, out at Moore Creek in Napa, we pulled together one of the local high school mountain bike teams, and we developed a project that was providing a solution for a parking problem. During COVID at Moore Creek, there was no delineating parking spaces. So when users would come out, the parking lot was overflowing and people were parking in all different directions. So what we did was we approached the local fire department and CAL FIRE and asked if they had any hoses that were no longer in use. And they said, yes, we do. So we found hoses and repurposed hoses that were used to fight wildfires in that county. And we brought the kids in and we showed them that not only do we have an impact on the trails, but we have an impact at trailheads also. So the kids came in and they were able to cut the fire hose. We were able to provide 44 parking spots and equestrian parking spots so that it made parking and getting to the trailhead a lot more enjoyable. Right here.
That is that white thing?
Yeah, so their T, they're set for T, so you can park on either side. And they're about 6 foot, I think we cut those. You'll actually see these, once we did this, you'll actually see these in the Sonoma County Regional Parks. If you go out to Helen Putnam, in different areas, this system is now being used all over. And it's a great way to use. Nope, that's fire hose. Yeah. And it's a great way to use up all the fire hose that they can no longer use. So there's about a 9 or 10 inch kind of spike nail and washers. And the kids got to use power tools and they got to drill holes into it. And then they just pound the stakes into the ground. It's pretty cool. They thought it was pretty neat. Another project that we did, again, fire related, Pacific Union College demonstration and experimental forest. They're doing a lot of fire mitigation work. When they have masticators come through, there's a lot of cleanup. So we brought in the forester, and we worked again with another local high school mountain bike team. They came out and they got to learn why the work was being done, why that zone. PUC forest is a critical zone for wildfires. That comes up on the backside. CAL FIRE had identified that as a zone that would push fire into Angwin. So the forester up there has been doing a lot of work to kind of mitigate that potential threat. So the kids got to come in and learn about that. And again, stewardship is not just about trails. It's not just about the impact there, but it's about loving your forest and loving your land and loving your parks. And another one, again, this here is the Casa Grande High School mountain bike team at Helen Putnam Regional Park recently. They put in, I believe it was 2 or 3 steps that are for erosion control. The section that they were doing on the West Panorama Trail was getting eroded. It's not fun if you're out there hiking or riding and there's big, deep eroded ruts. So they helped with that. Funding, how do we function? We function through membership, through private donations. We're fee for service, we're a general contractor. So we are partnered with Sonoma County Regional Parks, where we contract and we come in and do work fee for service. Not every county is built the same. So when we're building trails in Lake County, that's through fundraising and through private donations. All the trails that we're doing in Napa County, the same thing, it's private donations and fundraising. We also have grants, we write grants, and that helps to kind of keep the lights on and keep our trail crew working. And I'm going to see if this will work. I have a video, but it might not. Nope. So the video is not going to work.
You're not the first.
Yeah, usually through Zoom it works great. Okay. So that's not gonna work. Basically, it's overview of Sky Lupin. We have a video of Sky Lupin being built and the excavators out there and our trail team and more of the, overview with the drone like you saw before where the trail was going in and the eroded hillside. And with that, that's the overview.
How do we volunteer?
Go to trailsalliance.org and you can sign up to receive our newsletter and events announcements. And also on our calendar, you'll see events on there for volunteer days. Or follow us on social media and we announce our volunteer days there also.
Miles of trail do we have?
This year, we are on track to build 12 new miles of trail and realign or improve about 7 miles of trail. That's across 3 counties.
Is there any tension between mountain bikers and walkers?
Overall, no. So our goal is to talk about that. And so we do have hikers on our board. We have mountain bikers. We do need some equestrian. So if anybody is an equestrian interested, we do work with equestrian groups across 3 counties. And so no, we tend to take the conversation to a higher level. It's not to say there's not user conflict. There's always the potential of user conflict on the trail, but our goal is to reduce that by bringing everybody and having the hard conversations at our table before we go to land managers. So rather than having 3 different or 4 different user groups going to land managers and having those individual conversations, we want to have one conversation.
Do you ever employ goats for these endeavors? I have a trail by my house and it's full of poison oak and I'm afraid to use it and I'm just trying to figure that out. But do you ever use goats and such?
We don't, but our land managing partners do. And sometimes there's cows and sometimes there's goats. It just depends on the property and what the use is and what they have a grant for.
Any opinions on e-bikes on trails?
Redwood Trails Alliance has not taken a position on e-bikes. We have not found a need to do that. But what we do is we work with different land managers and find out what their policies are, and then we provide that education. So we really promote know before you go. So know before you go whether you can ride an e-bike or not. Know if the trails are open or if they're closed when it's raining or if the trails are too wet and muddy. Anything else?
Thank you so much for your time with us today. Really appreciate it. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Oh, that was exciting, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, I thought you managed it so well. And thank you for your presentation, and the work that you do is fabulous. And certainly worthy of everybody's attention. And I love hearing somebody say, hey, how do I volunteer? Because yeah, when you go out visiting places, that's one possible product. One is knowledge and the other is support. So thank you. You might like to know that our club purchased and donated books that are oriented towards diversity, equity, and inclusion. And we're going to inscribe one of those books with your name in honor of your visiting with us today. So thank you. You're a winner. Oh, thank you again. Yep. Hold on a second. Let's disconnect and see if I can reconnect. Thank you, Charlie. Diana Curtis. As a joke, hold on just a second, let me bring the mic over to you. Good mic etiquette requires that you wait to speak till the mic is there.
Okay, can you hear me? Well, this is an exercise. This is an exercise for those of us who are over 60. Begin by standing in a comfortable surface where you have plenty of room on each side. With a 5-pound potato bag in each hand, extend your arms straight out from your side and hold them as long as you can. Try to reach a full minute and then relax. Each day you'll find you can hold the position just a bit longer. After a couple of weeks, move up to a 10-pound potato bag, then to a 50-pound potato bag, and eventually you'll get to where you can lift 100-pound potato bag with each hand on and hold your arms straight out for a full minute. I'm at this level. After you feel comfortable at this level, now put a potato in each bag.
I was going to ask if that was the truth, but now I believe you. Lovely, perfect. Joe, take us out of here.
Trails to you. Trails to you.
Trails to you. Till we meet again.
Don't miss the volunteer opportunity to help us break this room down.